Holiday is a special time for children and parents too. It's also a hectic time because the children are at home. I actually got three boys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
So during holidays like this, but it's also a time for us to bond with our children. A lot of parents go send their children out for maybe summer this, summer that, summer lessons. But for me, I think it's a time, a period that you should go out on vacation with your children or engage them in some activities at home. Even if they're going to go for the summer school or summer lesson, they should have time too to stay with you, for both of you, for you people to bond together, to know what exactly they are going through.
Okay.
Because it's also a time when children are also abused because they stay at home more than when you go to, maybe they go to school and come back. So it's also this time that parents supposed to be aware, to be alert on what is going on in their children's life.
Whole summer camp thing, I feel because kids are growing and their minds are constantly active, if you leave them dull for a long period of time, they will lose what they've learned
Focus.
during the school year.
Okay.
So I feel even if you're going to go away on a vacation, before you get that time to go away, or when you come back and there's still time before school opens, enroll them into a summer camp that also does educational stuff and has recreational stuff as well.
Do you think parents should plan their leaves around the same time children
Of
are on
course.
summer?
Especially
Of
fathers.
course.
I think
Especially
so.
But
fathers.
most parents are saving that up for,
Christmas?
Salah and for
But
Christmas
we have
period.
30 days.
No.
We have a whole month. You can actually
Even if you
divide
don't have a
it
whole
into
month, they
two.
give you 2 weeks. Salah, we know that when Salah comes, the government will give a break.
2 days.
If it falls, it is 2 days. If it's on the weekend, you now get 4
4
days.
days.
So, Auntie, there's no reason to take
And
off
you
for
can
yourself.
Yeah.
you can always divide your leave
vacation,
period
yeah.
into two
Yeah,
or
take
into
your
whatever
vacation
number you
according
have.
to your
You need
kids.
to bond with your kids. That's the time for you to bond with your kids to even know their personality.
Yeah.
That traveling too is educative.
Yes.
It's exposure.
Feel that children should get a reward for doing good, for getting good grades.
Not every
Not
single
get-
time.
Getting a reward, there are some schools now that you don't see them place position, first position and all that, because so many people will also go and cram things just to pass an exam.
They don't actually study.
Yeah, they
Yes.
don't actually study
Yeah.
just because you're saying you must get
Read to
this,
pass.
you must get. No, we need to allow them. But we're talking with your children, they will know that, yes, I need to come out with good grades.
I don't even believe in grades, to be honest.
Exactly.
I
Because
really
sometimes-
don't. I like to use myself as an
Okay.
People say I'm a very smart intellectual person, but when it comes to book wise,
No.
I have ADD. I cannot focus on reading something for so long.
Yeah.
I am more of a visual person. So when it came to exam time and reading, I never used to do good. And my parents always thought I was this dull person. So I had lesson teacher, but put it into visuals for me and
You do
walk
well.
away and I will blow your mind. Different kids have their different
own potential.
potentials.
Yeah.
Like
Your thoughts on children taking self-defense classes?
I'm for it. I'm for human beings.
You know,
I'm
taking self-defense.
50-50.
I'm
Because they might turn to
Z,
bullies
I'm
in
against
school.
it
No.
because what if they use that force
Against.
against another child?
No, no, no.
Another,
That's what I'm
when you
saying. They
see
turn
that
not
to
an
bullies.
aggressor, not another child that's like a bully, but just in the wrong way, using that
When
force.
you go to self-defense classes, it's just like when you want to learn how to shoot a gun. They teach you. They tell you this is what. It's a training process. It's not overnight. It's not a one.
Is that applicable in Nigeria?
No, it is. It is like karate. They will tell you it's self-defense.
You
Do
need to
not,
protect
they'll drill
yourself.
it into your brain. It is not to harm another person that's innocent. It is not to cause bodily injury on this
It is
person.
to
It is
protect
to
yourself.
protect yourself. So when they're
When
training you, they'll
danger
say,
comes your
oh, when
way or
somebody
when harm
is
comes
reaching
your
for
way."
your throat, you
Yeah.
when you're boxing, there's a way you put your hands. So if somebody comes from here, it is they tell you it's a process. It's not an overnight.
Vivian is
something.
processing. Would you put your
No.
kids through self-defense classes?
Yeah, I can. I think my husband went through that when he was little.
I think summer camps are like an easy way out for the Nigerian parents. You know, just,
Well, I'm impressed with the summer cooking classes. Summer
yes,
baking
I've seen
class.
some of those.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
It's
Summer
the-
music classes.
Yes, summer
Yeah.
music classes actually engages the children,
There are some
especially.
summer classes that are very good.
And-
Yeah, thoughts on sleepovers during the holiday period too.
I
With
like
your
sleepovers.
classmates?
Yeah,
I like
sleep-
sleepovers. I get to know who the
Sleepovers in 2018, not back in.
No,
when you were-
sleepovers in yes in 2020, sir.
Oh, really?
I like
I'm not
sleepovers.
comfortable
No,
with that.
Z.
Because you don't know how the other family.
That's how you get to know that other
Z?
family.
How
No.
are
Are
you
you
going
going
to
to sleep
Are
with
you
them?
going
No,
to when
no
they bring
way.
the kids? When
No way.
You
let's say-
notice. You
No
notice
way.
when
you
they
will
bring
notice
the
the
kids
kind.
back.
You will notice what kind of child this child your kids are playing with. You will know what kind of upbringing they're getting. Whether your child should be friends with this person or this is the time to cut it off.
How do you occupy your child during holiday or your children during holiday? Holiday, I think, is a time for parents to bond well with their children. Even though we are working, it's also a time for us to know our children better. So it's good that you can enroll your children on summer lessons, but let it also be a time for them to know which class are they actually learning from.